Today's 109. Yep, a lot of truckers like to use this thing, it looks like. I'm gonna go over there to that restaurant, man. It is cooking. It's like 9:30 right now. I am gonna go over there and eat some breakfast. That's what I'm talking about. I just paid for my room another night, $64. That's after tax. No special gimmicks or nothing. And I'm gonna go eat some breakfast. All right, got a Western omelet with grits, all the coffee I could drink, and an ice water for like $12. It's like $12, $13, something like that. It's a real busy place. I mean, that's about the price I'd pay for one of the least expensive hostel breakfasts. The best breakfast on the trail. The Western omelet was pretty good. It was big. It was delicious. And another thing, this hotel I went ahead and took out another room. Didn't do a zero today. I'm going to fix and do my clothes. Again, my clothes aren't really dirty. I'm going to wash them anyway. But yeah, looking pretty good. And there's no gimmicks on this hotel here. My advice, anybody hiking the trail, they're using these, a lot of these hotels on the trail, they use the the Far Out app to manipulate your price. They know you're a hiker. They know, hikers use the Far Out app, period. So when you get if it says $65 a night, it can be as much as $110 a night. They'll come in, they say, well, we've got fees and taxes. That other pricing. I've seen it change as much as $40. This place right here was $64.94, I think, on my card. That's after all tax and everything. So just to give you an idea. And it's just, so they utilize the Far Out app to manipulate the prices to hikers. They know a hiker already is planning. When they use the app, they're going to plan. They're already there. They're on foot. They got your backpack. So, you're thinking you're getting a $65 hotel room. You're not getting a $65 hotel room. It's going to cost you $105. There's nothing you can do about it. You got your credit card out, so you just pay it. And that's typical on the Appalachian Trail. Now, I'm off the trail over here, down here on Route 11, and it's not like that. So I went ahead and paid for it another night, and I've got nobody over there in the laundry. Another thing, and this is only just from the Parisburg experience, and it's getting more and more like that because of the government money for rent control and rent, because all these politicians are going to figure out a way so everybody can have a place to live, because since the pandemic, you're just not going to buy. There's no such thing as a starter house anymore. All houses cost like $250,000. A shed in the backyard with on a half acre is $250,000 nowadays. So so these hotels, if they rent by the week, if they have a sign up there, we'll do a weekly rate. Pass them on. Don't go in there. They're getting government rent money. First of all, the hotel's going to probably be overpriced. It's going to cost you just as much as any other hotel, and the chances of it smelling like piss, cat piss, and dog poo poo in your room are pretty much probably 90 to 100% guaranteed. Probably have fleas in there too. If they do weekly rates. So just keep that in mind too. Look at anybody watching this. I noticed that some people have been subscribing, and they don't tell you. And a lot of these hikers, they hike the trail and all this, and they're embarrassed. They don't talk about stuff like this, because 80% of the hikers, or 50% of the hikers on the trail, 10% of them know everything. You know what I mean? And they know everything because they're experts, right? because they're some of the eccentric ones in their family. So they're the outdoorsmen. They're the ones out there hiking and stuff. So they know everything. They think they do. So So that's just the way it is. I'm just trying to give you exactly how it is out here. That's for sure. But yeah, stand up for yourself. I noticed on some of these hotels, like in Harper's Ferry, for example, at that Quality Inn, or I go on, not just that place. There's a lot of them. I go in there and I ask for the hiker's discount. I said, "Do you give a hiker's discount?" I said, "Well, do you give a veteran's discount?" "Yes, the veteran's discount's more than the hiker's discount. I mean, I can give you a better price than that." So it's like, wait a minute, there ain't no such thing as a hiker discount then. It's a hiker premium. Don't tell them you're a hiker. Tell them you're either a veteran, tell them you're a senior citizen, whatever else discount you might get. Start with that. Then that's the key words. Don't tell them you're a hiker. You might you probably end up paying more. It's a possibility. And somebody must say, "Well, they can't do that." Say what you want to. Listen to these other ones that know everything, and you're going to pull that card out of your pocketbook and spend it. I kind of watch my money. I try to. All right, listen. But I'm feeling pretty good because this is a nice place out here. There ain't a bunch of hikers around, but I wish there was. But I haven't seen any hikers out here. But I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna walk down here to the Sheets. It's got not far to walk. I might even go down to I don't know. I might go down to the Flying J because when my short truck over the road truck driving career, I did stop there with my old dog Rusty, and I go down there and walk around the truck stop just to re-emit, But I might do that later. I'm gonna go ahead and get my clothes done. Get going here. All right, there's my clothes. They're in. You don't see a bunch of people doing laundry in here. Nobody having to wait. The machines are only $2. I think at NOC these things were $3.50 back at the Nahala Outdoors, to give you an idea. And yeah, it's just, I don't have to worry about a bunch of people. Well, this is not a quote hiker motel, so here we go. Let's go. Well, they even got a swimming pool, but it looks like a kiddie pool for the little kiddies. That's a pee pool. I don't swim in pee pools. Pee pools. It's a pee pool. Alright. Alright, it's about 2:30, and the severe heat wave is over. It's overcast today. It rained real good last night. It's 86 degrees right now, and it's like 2:30, so it's getting to the hottest part of the day. It might get to 90 maybe. But that 100 degree heat's gone. This is bearable right here. It's not bad. I've sat in the hotel room. I did all my laundry. Everything's clean. I'm just sitting around. I'm gonna walk over here to the store. I'm gonna come back and just take a bath, a nice hot bath. Look at these. My leg feels pretty good. I can still feel that overuse injury. But I went from here all the way to the next 150, 200, 180 miles on the trail, and just about memorized all the logistics. And I'm not going to be carrying a food bag more than 3 days, that's for sure. I mean, I've got it pretty much memorized. What I mean is not more than a 3-day food bag. And I might get a couple protein bars over here from the store. That's about it. It's not going to be much. I'm not carrying a heavy food bag. Water, I've looked over the water resources where the metals are in the water, all kinds of stuff. You don't want to get water around where they've been mining around Duncannon. There's places around there, or Palmington, and so it's looking pretty good. I've looked it over, looked the logistics over, looking for places to stay, all that stuff. Feel pretty good about it. And other than that, man, I get down there to the Delaware Water Gap. I'm probably going to rent a car. I was already looking at options on that, and whether if I'm going to rent one for a few days or for a week or what. So I'm actually tentatively already looking ahead on that. So but I'm going to pick up a couple things from the store, go back there and take me a hot bath. That's what I'm thinking. Just soak these tired muscles and all these mosquito bites and flea bites and everything else I got on. All right, here's the store. That's how quick it is, man. The store's right here. All right. I think I'm gonna go to the diner. It's about 5 o'clock, 5:30, and I am relaxed, man. I just took a nap. I just so relaxed. I took a bath, a hot bath, and it just relaxed me. That's the first time I've really been relaxed. It just relaxed my body, and now I'm tired. I realized just how wrecked my legs are after 1,100 miles on the trail. You know, I'm thinking now, when I go to rent a car, I'm going to check on the prices. And if it's cheaper to rent it for a week than it is for a few days, I might just take some time off. Rent it for a week and go visit my brother. And then get back on the trail up in Maine. I don't know, right now I'm going to concentrate on getting Pennsylvania done. I'm not letting this trail whoop me. I want to get it. But I'm going to get a strategy going to get these legs right. I drank exactly one beer while I was in the bath. That was it. I'm not... No alcohol today. All right, let's find a break here. All right, it's about 7 o'clock, and it's pouring down rain out there. And it's just raining. And probably a good day to take a zero. I took a zero. This is the first zero I've had since in 15 days. I just looked at my thing since front roll, a little over 140 miles ago. So yeah, and yeah, I mean it didn't hurt. I got about, I had some Neros, but so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get up in the morning, get going. I think I'm going to plan on staying in the Dole Hotel. I'm going to see about getting a reservation, paying for that, and that'll be Tuesday. And it's like a hotel that was built back in the 1800s or something. It's an old hotel that's been refurbished there in Duncannon. So that's my next stop, and I think it's like 22 miles from here. I've got it figured out where I'm going to get water tomorrow, where I'm going to go. I'm probably going to hike at least 15. I don't want to go the whole way, set up outside town, then going in there and check in. And I won't be able to check into the hotel, but I'll be able to take my stuff and leave it there. Keep my pack and leave it there. They'll secure it for me if I've already got a room there. So they say, well, your room's not going to be ready, sir, till 2 o'clock. And I say, well, can I secure my gear right here somewhere? Yeah, sure. Just put it right here behind this counter right here. That's it. That's usually how that works. I don't know. They say, something like that. And other than that, I've been lazing around, and it feels good. I'm just going to try to get some good sleep tonight.